You are recognized as one of the early composers of computer music. What was it like writing music for computer in the early days?
Well, first of all, you have to realize what computer music is, at least what computer music was in those days. Computer music was not music using synthesizers or music using sampled sounds as it is today very often. Instead, it was a purely digital means of synthesizing music as a stream of numbers on, at that time, a magnetic tape. Computer music was not, in those days, a real-time process. What you did was to punch out your code for the piece in large numbers of punch cards, sometimes several thousand at a time, read them into a card reader, wait quite a while for the job to run, go back usually in the middle of the night to pick it up, and it looked something like this. This is a computer printout of one of my pieces. Now what we did, we could realize at that time, we could realize 3 minutes and 12 seconds of music at a time. And what we had to do was to take that music and splice those 3 minute and 12-second segments together to form a complete piece. Sometimes, before we heard the piece, we would have to wait weeks or even months because the digital audio tape had to be converted at a place which had a digital to analog converter, and at that time, digital to analog converters were as rare as hen's teeth. So it wasn't an easy process, but it was a process that made the composer think very carefully about what he or she was writing, because you didn't get that many tries. It was an expensive process, it was a time-consuming process, and it was an extraordinarily frustrating process. But ultimately, it was a very rewarding process. And I was able to write quite a few pieces, I guess probably nearly 50 pieces of this sort during the time that I was writing computer music.